If you don't have a bespoke tailor near you, or a men's clothing boutique, or even a reliable tailor, you can still get a beautiful quality suit with the proper alterations. Here's how I did it with my latest suit purchase. My favorite style of tailoring is Italian, specifically the Florentine cut from Liverano and Liverano. The shoulder is the key area I focus on with these different styles. The English suit, in my opinion, is just too blocky and has built-up shoulders. They look angular and too severe. The American cut has less padding, but still too much for my taste. And then you have different Italian styles depending on the region. The Roman style can still have substantial shoulders, but the Neapolitan style is completely soft with shirt-style sleeve heads. I finally settled on something with slightly more structure, but still unpadded and very soft. Liverano has a certain signature style that focuses on soft, extended shoulders, a full chest, a narrow waist, and sweeping front quarters, and a slightly shorter jacket length. This all gives the illusion of broad shoulders, but still with soft Italian tailoring. It looks like on their website they offer shirts and accessories, but no longer offer ready-to-wear suits or sport coats, which they did a while ago until recently. They now seem to offer only bespoke suits and sport coats, which involves a long process of 3 fittings and adjustments. It's just not feasible for me right now to make 3 trips to New York and wait almost a year for the final garment. But you can still occasionally find new old stock ready-to-wear pieces online, and I found this beautiful navy cashmere wool flannel 2-piece suit for sale. And it's in their classic house style, single-breasted with 3 roll 2 buttons, notch lapels, jetted pockets, and double vents. They also make the jacket darts slanted and off to the side, so they're hidden away. All of their suits are handmade and take over 70 hours to produce. The key to finding the right size in ready-to-wear is knowing your own measurements and the measurements of a suit that already fits you well, and to find a website that accurately lists the measurements of their suits. My chest measures 37 inches, so I'm right between a size 46 and 48 EU. I'm able to wear both of these in Liverano. They make a full chest, so the size 46 with its 20-inch chest still doesn't feel tight on me, and the 48 with a 20.8-inch chest also does not feel baggy either. In the shoulders, I know from previous experience that the 17.3 inches in Liverano works best for me, but even the 18.1 inches can fit well on me. Next, I look at the jacket length, and I know from my previous suits that 29 inches is best for me, and the Liverano size 46 and 48 both have the same 29.1 inch length. So the chest, shoulder width, and jacket length measurements are the very most important because they should not be altered. Altering the shoulder width is very expensive, and changing the length of the jacket can also throw off the proportions of the jacket. Next, I look at the jacket waist. My waist measures about 34 inches around the navel, so adding a few inches on top of that, the size 48 gives me a good size at 37 inches in the waist. I could still go with a size 46, but I would need to send it out for alterations to let out the jacket 2 to 3 inches, which is still doable but not preferable. Then I look at the trouser waist, and since my waist measures 32 inches, the size 48 is again perfect at 33.8 inches. The size 46 would be slightly too tight, but that could be let out with alterations. The last measurement I look at is the sleeve length, although that's easy to alter too. On the size 46, it's just right, and on the size 48, it needs slight shortening. So really, I could go with either size 46 or 48, except with different alterations. The 46 would fit better in the shoulder, but would need alteration in the jacket waist, and trouser hem. The 48 would have more room to layer in the chest, and would only need alteration in the sleeves and trouser hem. I went with a size 48 to have extra room in the chest. I'm 5 foot 7 inches and 136 pounds. I have narrow shoulders, a wide waist, skinny arms and legs, and I retain weight around the waist. The first thing you notice about this suit is the wide shoulders, the roomy chest, and the tapering all the way down to the lower legs. It gives the illusion of broader shoulders and more strength in the upper body. If you look at the shoulder seam, it goes well past the bony part of the shoulder, but it doesn't droop off of it and still retains some shape. It's not due to shoulder padding, since the shoulder feels completely unpadded, but there seems to be some wadding material at the edge of the shoulder that serves the purpose of keeping shape. This is all done very intentionally to give the extended shoulder look, which is a signature of Liverano. Next, looking at the chest from the front, it looks well fitted, but when I raise my arms or move them around, I can see there's extra room in the chest to allow for movement. And you can see it in the back with the diagonal folds of extra material near the armpits, which allow for movement of the arms. So those two things, the extended shoulder and the full chest, both give me the appearance of a broader upper body. And there's also a few details in this suit that make me appear taller than I am. The jacket length is short enough to expose more of my legs. The primary thing that a jacket should cover is the butt, which it does, but the jacket also has sweeping open quarters in the front, which exposes more of the leg from the front view. The trouser rise is high enough to prevent the shirt or tie from peeking out under the jacket. This allows a seamless transition from the jacket to the trouser. And lastly, the trousers have a nice aggressive taper that conforms to my skinny legs. So somehow I think it makes me look taller too. Those three things make me look taller: the shorter jacket length, the open quarters in the front, and the tapered trousers. I chose to wear braces with this suit. I don't remember where I got them, but it's the clip-on style because I don't have trouser buttons on all of my suits. The braces takes away any tension in the waist from a tight belt, and it also makes the waist feel much more comfortable. But it also transfers some of the tension to the shoulders and has a kind of bracing effect in itself to the entire upper body, so it makes you stand up even straighter. For the trouser cuffs, the standard is 1 3/4 inches, but I normally choose a full 2 inches to give it extra weight at the bottom to help smooth out any wrinkles. My shoes are the Alden cap toe in black calfskin leather, and it's a classic dress shoe size that will never go out of style. I always store them with cedar shoe trees and let them rest at least 24 hours between wearing and condition them twice a year. The socks are blue wool dress socks, and the proper color for socks should be to match the trousers to give your legs a longer look. The materials and construction on this suit are first class. The wool cashmere material is exceptionally soft and smooth. The jacket has full lining, and even the buttons are detailed with a complex blue, black, and brown color. The cashmere adds extra softness and extra warmth without adding extra weight. So this suit does wear warm, and it's more suited for the fall or winter. And because the material is thicker, it drapes well and it doesn't show wrinkles as easily. With my arms down at the sides, I'm showing about 1/2 inch of shirt sleeve cuff. And it's always a good idea to make the wrist barrel cuff on the left larger than the right so it can slip over the wristwatch. One negative is that the trouser is mainly held together just by 2 loosely sewn waist buttons, and I've already had one of them pop off one of my older Liverano suits. Also, I prefer a higher waisted trouser, and at 9.8 inches, I consider this more of a medium rise. I don't live in a large city, and I've had difficulty finding a dependable local tailor. So now I use an online service for simple alterations and a quick turnaround time of about 10 days. For this suit, I just asked them to shorten the sleeves by 1/2 inch, attach the buttons, and hem the trousers to a 29.5-inch inseam. They sent me a shipping label and I dropped it off at the post office when it was convenient for me, and it returned to my house 10 days later. No waiting in line or dealing with a tailor to take measurements. Now compared to another Liverano suit that I have in one size smaller. And right away you can see that the shoulders fit me slightly better. They're still extended but fit me closer to my shoulders. The chest still has enough room inside, but the jacket waist was too tight, so I had to send this for alterations to let out the jacket waist and let out the trouser waist. But I did not need to shorten the jacket sleeves, and the jacket length is exactly the same as the size 48. So I'm still able to wear this size 46 Liverano suit, but it looks slightly boxier and it doesn't have quite a strong V-shaped look or a tapered look because the shoulders are not as extended as on the larger size. So just by knowing my measurements and the suit measurements and making a few simple alterations, I'm able to get a pretty decent fit. It's not perfect, but I think it's about 90% of the way there. I could get an even better fit by going bespoke, but I'm not going to do that anytime soon. I just don't think it's worth the time and effort at this point. Here's a look at my minimal wardrobe of suits and sport coats. If you wear a suit every day, just be aware that you have to rest them at least 2 days. You have to hang them and space them out to let the wrinkles come out and let all the moisture out. For a 5-day work week, you need at least 3 suits or sport coats that you can wear in the spring and summer, and at least 3 you can wear in the fall and winter. If I were starting over from scratch, here are the suits that I would buy and which suits to buy first. First, I would buy a navy sports coat and a gray trousers, and this would be very versatile. This is a lighter color blue, and it's made from Orazio Luciano in a lighter material. It's completely unlined, and so I wear this mostly in the summer. Next, I would get a navy suit, and this one is from Liverano, size 46, and it's made of a true navy, which is a darker blue. But this one has a herringbone pattern, which makes it less formal. But I would recommend a plain navy blue or a sharkskin navy blue as your first blue suit. Next, I would get a dark gray suit, and this one is from Liverano, also in a size 46. This has a sharkskin pattern, which is very versatile. You could argue that you should get this suit first before the navy one, but I think you're going to end up getting both of these anyway. Next, I would get a flannel suit for the winter, and this is my new Liverano in size 48. You could go with either navy blue or charcoal gray. And next, I would get a second sports coat and gray trousers. This would also be in a heavier weight to wear in the fall and winter and have a fun pattern. This one is wool cashmere from Ring Jacket in a size 48. Next, I would get another 3-season suit, this time with a pattern. I prefer pinstripes, but you could also go with plaid or window pane. And this one is a Liverano in size 48. Next, I would get a linen suit for the summer, and this one is completely unlined and unstructured. This one is from Ring Jacket in a size 48. And it's also in a more formal navy color, so it doesn't look too casual when wearing it in the summer. So that would be it, a minimal wardrobe of 5 suits and 2 sports coats to cover you the 5-day work week and cover you through the cold winter and hot summer. And for footwear, you would need 2 pairs of black leather shoes, 1 pair of brown long wings, and 1 pair of brown loafers. For shirt and tie, you need 3 white non-iron shirts and 2 light blue, and you only need 5 ties.